Imagine this. You wake up on a Viking longship in the middle of the North Atlantic. The waves are made of knives, the wind is screaming in your ears, and your beard, if you have one, is already frozen solid. Your breath turns to ice dust, your fingers ache, and the guy next to you, Eric the Red's cousin, is snoring under a frozen wolf pelt like it's a cozy blanket. You glance around and realize there's no fire, no stove, not even smoke. Just endless freezing water and men somehow not turning into Viking popsicles. Welcome to the brutal genius of the Viking way. Because here's the thing, Vikings didn't heat their ships with fire. In fact, lighting a fire on a wooden ship covered in tar and surrounded by sea wind was basically a one-way ticket to Valhalla. Instead, they mastered survival through pure grit, layered wool, and clever design. The secret started with what they wore. Viking clothing wasn't just fur and leather cosplay, it was high-tech for its time. They wore multiple layers of woven wool that trapped heat even when wet. Their cloaks acted like primitive thermal blankets, coated in animal fat or beeswax to repel water. Underneath, rough linen shirts that wicked away sweat before it could freeze, basically ancient Viking moisture control. But what about the ship itself? Those iconic longships were designed to cut through icy waves, but they also protected their crew like a mobile fortress. Beneath the deck were layers of hay, furs, and sometimes animal hides, insulation that kept the chill from rising through the planks. Crewmen slept shoulder to shoulder under overlapping cloaks, sharing body heat like a pack of wolves. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. And if the cold got unbearable, Vikings improvised. They'd heat smooth stones in iron pans before setting sail, wrapping them in cloth and tucking them under their cloaks or between their feet. Some sagas even mention fat lamps, tiny clay bowls filled with fish oil and a floating wick, offering a dim light and a whisper of warmth without the risk of fire. Imagine 50 men huddled under hides, the only glow coming from a handful of flickering fish oil flames and the freezing mist of their breath. Meals were another secret weapon. They didn't sip soup by the fire, they drank heat. Thick barley stews, warm ale, and fermented milk gave them the calories to burn from within. Vikings treated food like fuel, more essential than any fire. And then there was attitude. Vikings weren't just sailors, they were believers. They saw hardship as proof of strength, cold as a test from the gods. Every frozen voyage was a trial by frost, and only the toughest survived to brag about it back home. So next time you shiver when your heater breaks, remember, the Vikings crossed oceans with nothing but wool, fish oil, and sheer willpower. Their ships didn't burn with fire, they burned with determination. In the end, that's the real Viking secret. They didn't fear the cold, they became it. Snowflake.